Hello guys, welcome to Guru once more guys. Today we are going to focus once more again on paper 2. So today we are doing November 2021 paper 2. So in this question paper guys, I'm only going to focus on questions that relates to measurements, meaning that I'm going to leave out the question that relates to maps and plans. Okay, so my focus is on measurements. Okay, so we're going to start with question number 1, which has measurements. Okay, question number 1, we are given the Pringles which are in promotions at a shop. The promotion advertisement is shown below, together with a diagram of a Pringles container with the dimensions. Okay, before we start with the first question, guys, if it is the first time you are reaching this channel, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be updated on the new work that is going to be posted, because there's a lot of work that is still going to be posted about Maths Lit here. So you feel free to learn from this channel. Preparing for your examination, you can depend on this channel. Okay, when we look at this type of equation, you are given a picture of those Pringles. There are 6 Pringles which are sold for 100 rand, and then they say Pringles 100 gram each, promotion available from 11 of Jan 2021 to the 31st of March 2021. And they again say the diameter is equals to 64 centimeter, and then the height is 230 millimeters. So those are the dimensions of one container, okay, of the Pringles, which is the cylindrical in shape. Use the information above to answer the question that fall. Okay, so now they say determine in grams the total mass of Pringles promotion bought for 100 rand. Remember, in promotion there it was for 6 Pringles, and they say one Pringle has a mass of 110 gram, so there will be 6. So the mass of all the Pringles that will be bought on a promotion is going to be 660 grams. Okay, then you will get yourself 2 marks. Then they say write down the radius of a single Pringle container. You are given a diameter of 64 millimeters. So radius is equals to diameter divided by 2, which is equals to 64 millimeters divided by 2, which gives us a radius of 64 divided by 2, which is a radius of 32 millimeters. 32 millimeters. And that will get you your 2 marks. Okay. Let me just put this one on silent. Right. On number 3, they say choose the letter of the answer that will make the following statement true. They say the unit to calculate the inner volume of a Pringle container is. So what you have to put in mind, I was always showing you the units used in a volume. I showed you the units to be used in a perimeter, the units to be used in an area, and the surface area. Therefore, the units used in volume, it must always be unit cubic. So our answer here must have a unit cubic. Okay, so if we check number A is the correct answer because it have millimeter cubic. And when we look at the dimensions of this container, they are given in millimeters. Okay, so number B is out because here they talk about unit squared, meaning that this is an area. Even number C is out. Okay, number 4, 114, they say Determine the number of days this promotion is available. Okay, let's write it over here. 1.1.4, the number of days. So they say the promotion is from the 11th of January 2021 up until the 1st of May. So let's check for the month of January. How long will the promotion last? The promotion in January is going to last from the 11th up until the 31st. Remember, January ends on the 31st, okay? So we're going to count from the 11. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So for January, we get that the promotion will be there for 21 days, but it doesn't stop. It goes again in February. So in February, the promotion is going to be there from the 1st up until the 28th, meaning that the promotion will be there for 28 days. Okay, and then on March, the promotion will still be there from the 1st up until the 31st. That is where the promotion will be ending. Okay, so all in all, the promotion will be there. Then we are going to add 21 days of January plus 28 days of February plus 31 days of March. So the promotion will be available for 80 days. Someone will ask you, why February? How do you know that February has 28 days? So they are talking about 2021. 2021 was not a leap year, meaning that February was ending on the 28th. Okay. 115. Calculate the price of two Pringles. Of two 110-gram Pringles container in this promotion. So in this promotion, we are told that 6 Pringles, they are equal to 100 rand. Okay, so we need the price of 2 Pringles. So we use the cross multiplication. So this is going to be our question mark. Then we're going to have 6 multiplied by the question mark, and we're going to have 100 multiplied by 2. Okay, so we're gonna have question mark multiplied by 6, that is 6. 100 multiplied by 2, that is 200. This is the question mark here. We need the value of the question mark. Then we divide here by 6. Since we divided by 6, we come here, we also divide by 6. So our question mark is equals to 200 divided by 6 is 3,3,33, meaning that 2 containers of Pringles, they will cost 33 rand 33 cent. Okay, right, we move to 1.2. They say Paul has entered a motorcycle race. The digital clock in question 1.2.1 shows the time he finished the race. The odometer in question 1.2.2 shows the reading as the motorcycle crossed the finishing line. Choose an item from column B to complete the statement in column A. Write only the letter next to the question number. 1.2.1 and 1.2.2. Okay. So 1.2.1, they say the analog clock that shows the same time as the digital clock below is, so when we check here, this is 8 past 10. Okay, so we know that in a digital clock, in the analog clock, we have to look at the arrows. So the small arrow shows us the hours, while the bigger arrow here shows us the minutes. So if we check the first watch, it shows that the small arrow is pointing 10 hours. Okay, it means that it was 10 hours. And then when we check at the small arrows, we know that this is 00 Then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here at 1 is 5 minutes. Here at 2 is 10 minutes. But then the arrow is not at 2. It is only here at 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means this big arrow is pointing 8. Meaning that this shows that it's 8 past 10. But then when we come here, the bigger arrow is pointing 10, and then the smaller arrow is pointing somewhere between here. That means the time here is going to be 13:50. That means the time here is 10 minutes to 1. Okay, so the correct answer there is A. Then 1.2.2, this is the odometer, which shows the speed per hours or per seconds or per minutes. Okay, so this one says the kilometers per hours. Okay, so we can say it only has one arrow. So we can see that according to this, by just reading this, we can see that this is 50. The arrow is at 60. It means that this person was traveling 60 kilometers per hour. So our correct answer here is going to be number D. We're moving right along. 1.3. A wooden L-shaped flower bed is filled with soil. Below is the L-shaped flower bed with dimensions with D as a missing length. So we can see that we are given those dimensions. We are given the, actually I can say this can be divided into two rectangles. If you just draw a line here, it will be our rectangle, and then this will be our rectangle. Or someone can also do it this way. Someone can again say this, can divide it in that way so that they have the rectangle here and then the small one here. It depends which one you want to use, that will be best for you. And then we also have the picture, how it's going to look in a 3D form. Then they say use the information above to answer the questions that follow. Convert the longest dimension of the L-shaped flower bed to centimeters. So when we look at the longest side here is 7.3 meters. So that means we're going to move from meters to centimeters. And the relationship between meters and centimeters, it says 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. Therefore, we use our cross multiplication. We have our left hand side, which is 7.3 meters. This here we have the question mark, then we cross multiply. So we're going to have question mark multiplied by 1, that is the question mark, which is equals to 100 multiplied by 7.3, that gives us 730. So that means our longest side there is 730 centimeters. Then they say calculate the missing length, which is D. So when you look at D, here is our D, which is our missing value. But look at this, our longest side. Look at this. Remember here, if we talk about a rectangle and then we have separated this, we know that the distance this side is going to be D. Okay, but from this point, when we measure from this point to this point, we get 7.3 meters. Okay, meaning that when we're going to measure from this point to this point, it's going to be 7.3 meters, because this is a rectangle, meaning that two opposite sides are equal. But we are only given the distance from this point to this point, which is 5.2 meters. So, and we also know that the distance from this point to this point is 7.3. So to calculate the missing D there, we're going to say our total length of 7.3 meters minus 5.2 meters, which gives us 7.3 minus 5.2 meters. It gives us 2.1 meters. That is the value of D. Okay, moving right along. 1.3.3. The volume of the flower bed with materials can be calculated as follows. So, like I said, we can divide this into two rectangles, and remember the volume of the formula to calculate a volume of a rectangular prism says length times breadth times height. Okay, so here they have entered the values for you. Okay, so meaning that here they have done what? They have separated this flower bed into two rectangles, okay, and then use the same formulas. So now they say the volume is equals 2,1 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 0,5 plus blah blah blah. Then the volume give us that. There is no question here, okay. So now they say state which value in the above calculation represent the height of the flower bed. Let's go and analyze again. This 2,1, we know that it represents what? D. So meaning that this is this side. Okay, multiply by 3 meters. 3 meters is from here to here. So now we can have an idea that whoever that was calculating here, he have or she have divided the rectangles in this way. So it's going to be the length multiplied by the breadth and then also multiply by the height, meaning that this represents the height. Even when we come to check this one, they said 5,2, which is the length multiplied by the width of 1 meters, then multiply by the height. So we can clearly confirm that our height here is equals to 0,5 meters. Okay, we move. Then when we move, we look at 1.4. It is not part of the measurements. Okay, so we're gonna skip it. 2.1 again, we skip it. We need anything that talks about measurement. Here's question number 3 that speaks about measurement. Okay, so they say we read a statement. Tilly needs a bookshelf to store her files. She's decided to buy a second-hand wooden bookshelf with 2 shelves as illustrated below. So we can see we have the top shelf, we have the bottom shelf. Okay, then the dimensions, as mentioned there, they're saying inside width is 162 centimeters, total outside height is 80 centimeter. So I just want to show what is happening. When they say the total, that means it's from this corner here all the way to top here. Then they say the total outside height, okay, the total inside width, or the total inside width is from here, not from the outside, but here up until here, meaning that they have left out the thickness. Again, they say inside height of the bottom shelf, the inside height from here to here is 40 centimeters. Okay, right, they say the area is equals to length times breadth. Okay, then 3.1, they are saying the top shelf has a thickness, meaning that wood has the thickness of 1,5 centimeter all round. Okay, of the top shelf only. Now they say determine A, the outside length of the bookshelf. But when they say A, you have to determine from this, and then this is the total, meaning that it's outside. So you are only given what? The width. You're given the distance from this point. Let me try to do it. The distance from this point to this point, which is 162 centimeters. Okay, so what are we going to do? They have excluded this. They have excluded the thickness, and then the thickness is given there as 1,5 centimeters, Therefore, when we calculate A, we're going to say the inside length of 162 centimeters plus the thickness on the left, which is 1,5 centimeters, plus the thickness on the left, which is 1,5 centimeters, which gives us 162 plus 1,5 plus 1,5, which is equals to 165 centimeters. That is the length represented by A. Okay, we move right along. We go to 3.1.2. They say the base of the bottom shelf is 4.5 centimeter thick. This, the thickness of that hood on the bottom, this one, from this point to this point is 4.5 centimeters. Okay, and they say determine B, the inside height of the top shelf. Okay, we can see the top shelf here. So what are we given? We can also see that the distance from this point to this point is 40 centimeters, but we don't know how much is the distance from this point to this point. Okay, look, we are given 80 centimeters, which is the distance from this point to this point on top here. That means the distance of B is also included. Okay, so look at what we are going to do. From this distance of this point, okay, I don't know where we should start. Okay, let's start on the bottom. We are going to, from the 80 centimeters, okay, let me say B is equals to, from the 80 centimeters, we are going to subtract the distance from this point to this point, which is 4.5 centimeters. We are also going to subtract the distance from this point to this point, which is 40 centimeters. We are also going to subtract the distance from this point to this point, which is 1.5 centimeters. B, we are not going to subtract B because B is not given. That's what we are looking for. So we are also going to subtract the distance from this point to this point, which is 1.5 centimeters. So our B is going to be 80 minus 4.5 minus 40 centimeters minus 1.5 minus 1.5, which gives us 32.5 centimeters. That means the distance from this point to this point is 32.5 centimeters. Okay, that is the value of B. Right, let's move to the next question. Right, they say the total outside height of the bookshelf is 31.496 inches. The distance, the total outside height, which is 8 centimeters. But when they convert that into inches, it gives them 31.496 inches. So they say determine, round off to 2 decimal place, the convention factor for the height in the form 1 inch is to centimeters. Okay, so we are going to place the inches this side, 31.496 inches is equals to 80 centimeters. So because they want it in the form 1 inch, that means we must remain with 1 this side. Then we are going to divide both sides by 31.496 inch. That gives us, we don't divide by inch here. We don't divide by inch. We divide by the numbers only. So it's going to say 1 inch is equal, since we divided by this, we also divide here by 31,496. That gives us 80 divided by 31,496. It gives us 2,54 centimeters. So our answer is gonna be 1 inch is equals to 2,54 centimeters. Okay, that's how we calculate. Then we go to 3.3. 3.3, they say CD bought the bookshelf as a discounted price because the backboard, which covers the entire width and the height of the bookshelf, needed painting. She decided to do the following: remove the backboard, paint the backboard with a single coat of paint, paint the front of the backboard with 2 coats of paints. Okay, meaning that this person, when we add, the other side is going to be painted once and the other side is going to be painted twice. Okay, so all in all, it means she needs 3 coats of paints. Okay, now they say nail the backboards to the bookshelf. Calculate in centimeters the area of one side of the backboard. Okay, so when we analyze this, we can see that this is a rectangle. Okay, but on the this is the rectangular prism because it has the width, but the width is not given here. We only given the height and the length here. Okay, or we are given the inside width. Okay, so whatever that is going to be painted, it also, remember, the board will be covering from this point at the back. It's going to be covering from this point to this point. Okay, so for us to get the area, we are going to use the length, our length, which is A, and also the height, which is 80 centimeters. Then we'll get the area to be painted. And in question 3.1.1, we have already determined the value of A, which is 165. Okay, so when we calculate the area, we say the length times breadth, but then there we are going to use what? The area, we are going to use the length times height, which is equals to 165 centimeters multiplied by 80 centimeters, which is equals to 165 multiplied by 80, that is equals to 13,200 centimeters squared. That is the area to be painted. Okay, then moving next to the next, now they say convert the answer in 3.3.1 to meters squared. Okay, now they're talking about the relationship between centimeters and meters. Okay, we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. Okay, so I want to show you something here when it comes to moving from unit to unit squared. Okay, so if they move to the unit squared, this is what you do: you square this side, you square it, and you also square this side. So this answer here is going to be 1 to the power 1 is equals to 1. 1 to the power 2 is equals to 1. Then we're going to have meter to the power 2 is equals to meter squared, which is equals to 100 to the power 2. That gives us 100 multiplied by 100, give us 10,000. That means here we have 10,000. Then centimeter to the power centimeter, that is equals to centimeter squared, meaning that 1 meter squared is equals to 10,000 centimeters squared. Okay, that is the relationship between meter squared and centimeter squared. Okay, so we're gonna have our cross multiplication. We are now going to convert 13,000, meaning that we have the right 13,200 centimeter squared. Then here we put what? A question mark. Then we cross multiply. So it's going to be question mark multiplied by 10,000. That is going to be 10,000 question mark is equals to 1 multiplied by 13,200. That is equals to 13,200. Then we are looking for the question mark. Therefore, we divide here by 10,000. We also come here, we divide by 10,000. Then that means our question mark is equals to 13,200 divided by 10,000. That gives us 1,32. 1,32. The question mark was on the left hand side, and on the left hand side we have the meter squared, meaning that the question mark now represents 1,2 meter squared. That means 13,200 centimeters squared is equivalent to 1,32 meters squared. Okay, that is all about question 3.3.2. Let's move on. Right. Okay, still pushing. Right, when we move on, they say 1 liter of paint covers 6.9 meters squared. Okay, determine rounded to 2 decimal place the number of liters of paint required to paint the backboard completely. Remember, our backboard needs to be painted one side with one coat and then the other side with 2 coats. Okay, so remember that we're having an area of one side. That means we're gonna paint this. This is our back side. Then this area is going to appear 3 times. Why? The other side painted 1 times, then the other side is painted with 2 coats, meaning that we need 3 coats of paint, which is equals to 1,32 multiplied by 3, which is equals to 3,96 meter squared. This is the total area to be painted. Okay, now they say 1 liter of paint covers 6,9. So we're gonna say 1 liter is equals to 6,9 meters squared. Then we do our cross multiplication, 3,96 meters squared. So this is our question mark. We cross multiply, then we have 6,9 question mark, that is equals to 3,96. We divide both sides by 6,9 and we divide both sides by, then our question mark is equals to 3,96 divided by 6,9. That gives us 0,57 liters. It means that the area that we have is gonna use 0,57 liters. Okay, so guys, if you look at how I am treating each and every question here, when you go to measurement, guys, make sure that you master the cross multiplication. Trust me, you're gonna get good marks if you understand the cross multiplication, because it plays a huge role in mathematical literacy here. Okay, let's move right on. TD state that 1 500 milliliter can paint of paint is sufficient to paint the backboard completely. Okay, and remember, our backboard to be completed with paint, it needs 0,75 liters of paint. So let's check with this. She said this can is going to be enough. So let's prove if it's going to be enough. Okay, right. What are we going to do? We can convert this 500 milliliters into liters. Okay, so we're going to say 1 liter is equals to 1000 milliliters. Then we do the cross multiplication again so that we can see how much is 500 milliliters into liters. So you're going to have 1000 liters is equals to 500. We divide both sides by 1000. So question mark is equals to 0.5, meaning that the can of 500 milliliters is equivalent to 0.5 liters, and our backboard to be completely painted, it needs 0.57 liters. So the statement is invalid. The statement is invalid, okay? Or someone can also convert this into milliliters. Okay, you will say the relationship between liters and milliliters is equals to 1000 milliliters, and then you convert 0.57 liters. This is our question mark. We cross multiply, so you're gonna have question mark is equals to 1000 multiplied by 0.57. That gives us 570 milliliters. This is what is required. So if she buy 500 milliliters, this is not going to be enough because we need 570. Okay, we are done with 3.3.4. Let's proceed to 3.4. Tilly wants to organize her documents documents in files. She was informed that you can store files separately, single files as in filing box as shown in the picture below. Okay, this is the picture of the filing box with dimensions. We can see that it has the length, the total length. A single file has a width of 8.1 centimeters, which is from here to here. The width of the filing box is 345 milliliters. The distance from here to here is 345. Okay, let's quickly run to the questions. They say determine the maximum number of filing box that can be fit in one shelf with 162 centimeter wide, which is 162 centimeter wide. Okay, this is how we are going to peg them if we peg them widely. Okay, so we can start by converting 345 millimeters into centimeters. The relationship between centimeters and millimeters says 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. Therefore, we're going to introduce the cross multiplication again. So we have 345 millimeters, which is equals to question mark. Then we're going to have 10 is equals to 345. Then we divide both sides by 10, which gives us 345 divided by 10. That gives us 34.5 centimeters. Okay, so we want to see how many boxes can fit in a width of 162. Therefore, we'll say 162 centimeters divided by 334.5 centimeters, which is equals to 162 divided by 34.5, which gives us 4.695. So the other box is not going to fit full. So you know the rules of rounding off, because this is more than 5, so it's more than 4. We were supposed to increase 4, you understand? But then here the other box won't fit, but only box that are going to fit here, they are going to be 4 boxes that are going to fit. Okay, so we have answered our question here, because it says determine the number of filing boxes. So we have 4 boxes. 3.4.2, they say calculate the difference in the number of files that she can place on one shelf if she packs the shelf with single files rather than the filing box. So let's start with the single files. If she put the files in single, not in the box, okay? So this is what she was going to do. She was going to file them in a width of how much? Of 162 centimeters. So we want to see how many they are going to fit. Remember, one file has a width of 8.1 centimeters. Okay, so we're going to divide here by 8.1 centimeters. 162 divided by 8.1, so that gives us 20 files. So if she packs the files separately, she's gonna have 20 files. But then now, if she's going to pack them with what? In the boxes. Remember, in the box you can only put 1, 2, 3, 4. There can only be 4 files in one box, and then this width it have fitted 4 boxes. Okay, so if she uses the boxes, she's going to have 4 files in the box, and then on one shelf she's gonna have 4 boxes, meaning that if she places the files in the box, she's going to have 16 files on the shelf. Okay, therefore the difference now is equals to 20 minus 16, which is 4 files. Okay, now let's look at the next one. They say TD bought filing box to pack the top shelf completely. TD bought filing boxes to pack the top shelf completely, and they say she could not remember in which file box she placed a document. So that means she have decided to go with the boxes. No. They say that 3.4.3 I've skipped here. Give a possible reason why TD would prefer the filing boxes. Remember, guys, when you are filing in the box, your files will be neatly packed, because they are stored according to their spaces in the box. So you won't find the other file standing like not straight but inside. You understand? They will be straight in the box. Okay, so the shelf will be packed neatly if she uses the boxes. Okay, then 3.4.4, they say TD bought filing boxes to pack the top shelf completely. She could not remember in which file she placed the document. Okay, she randomly choose one file of the files out of the filing boxes. So remember, if she's placing the file in the boxes, she's going to have 16 files on the shelf, meaning that in one box she's going to have 4 files. So now they say she doesn't know not in which box but in which file did she put the document. Then they say she randomly chooses one file out of the filing boxes. Determine as a percentage to 2 decimal place the probability that the file chooses will contain the document she wants. So she has only one chance of selecting from 16 files. Then we multiply by 100. Okay, she only has one chance out of 16 chances. So she has 25%, 6.25% chances of getting that file correct. Okay, let's move to the next. We're going to question number 4. This will be our last question, 4.1 up until 4.2. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Venter bought a farm in order to sell chickens and vegetables. On Annexure B is the layout plan of the farm yard. So we're gonna go to our annexure. Here is our annexure B. Let me zoom it in. Okay, so in the annexure B, we can see the garden expansion, we can see the chicken side, livestock pen, vegetable garden, greenhouse, solar greenhouse, and we can see the panel garden beds. Okay, and then we can see the raised seeding beds. Now they say name the feature on the layout plan which has an irregular shape, meaning that that shape is so abnormal. Okay, so when you look at that, when you look at all of the shapes, the chicken farms, we can see that the garden expansion has a shape of a triangle. Chicken side is the second, livestock square, vegetable garden, we can see that is the rectangle, greenhouse, the rectangle. So which shape is this one? Okay, so we can say that the only what was that they say, the only feature that is irregular there, we can say this is the penal garden beds. Then they say the letter J on the map represents Jojo tanks. Give reason why it is important to have a water tank at one's house. To store water. To store water. Okay. Someone can say to save water so that you pay less bills. Remember, when you have a Jojo tank, that means you will be using the rainwaters. Okay, so you save on bills. Jojo tanks are usually filled with rainwater. Write down two structures where the water to fill a Jojo tank could possibly come from. Let's check. Which structure here can the Jojo tank be coming from here? Look at the Jojo tank. Is here, the Jojo tank, another Jojo tank is here, another Jojo tank is here. So basically here we can say the Jojo tank is from the livestock. They can have a gutter here from the livestock up until here. So we can say it is the structure there is what? What is this one? The livestock pen. The answer there is the livestock pen roof. The livestock pen roof. And also here it can be the solar greenhouse roof. Don't just say the greenhouse solar, the solar greenhouse. No, it's gonna be wrong. You must say the roof, because the water, for them to get into the Jojo tank, they must use the roof, so that the roof will collect the water and then travel through the gutter to the tank. Okay, right. Then we can go to the next one. They say calculate in meter square the area of the garden expansion. You may use the following formula. Okay, we are given the formula here: half base times height. So we're gonna go there and then check the dimensions. Then they say it must be in meter squared. So everything here is given in meters. So our base is 17,024. We're gonna have 1/2 multiplied by 17,024 meters multiplied by our height. Our height is 19,5 meters. 19,5 meters. So we're gonna have half of the base, 1/2 multiplied by 17,024. That is 8,512 meters multiplied by 19,5 meters, which is multiplied by 19,5, which is 165,984. 165,984. 4 meters squared. Okay, right. The next one, 4.1.5, they say Mr. Venter decides to replace the fence around the circular chicken site. The circumference of the circle side at the circular site is 18,852 meter. The two cost options for the wire mesh, they say option 1, 1,154 for 10 meter roll, meaning that if you want to buy these rolls, they are only sold in 10 meters. Okay, even if you have the distance of 5 meters, you can only buy a roll with 10 meters. Okay, you cannot find a roll with 5 meters. Okay, then the other option is that they are charging you per meters, meaning that they are going to roll it for you. Okay, and then they say they are selling it at 127.30 cents per running meter, or per running meter. Okay, they are not selling half a meter, they sell it in meters. Okay, so they're saying, by means of calculation, advise Mr. Venter which option is more economical. So if they say the option that is more economical, it means that the option that is going to be cheaper for him. Okay, so let's start with option A. So with option A, we're going to check they're only selling it with 10 meter roll. So now the distance that he needs to put the fence on it is 18, so for him, he cannot buy 110 meter because he's not going to cover this. He will need another 8 meters. So they are not selling 8 meters, but he can buy two 10 meter rolls. So he must buy 20 meter roll. So 20 meter roll is going to cost him 1,154. We multiply it by 2 because he's going to buy two 10 meter roll. 1,154 multiplied by 2, that is equals to 2,308. Okay, and then option B, they are selling it per meter. So but per running meter, meaning that we are not going to consider this, we must round it to the nearest. He cannot buy 18 meters. If he buy 18 meters, this space won't be covered, so we must add 1. So we change this and then we added 1, so we round it off to 19 meters. Okay, so with option B now he's going to buy 127.30 multiplied by 19 meters. So for 19 meters with option B is going to be 2,418.7, meaning that the better option here that makes that is cheaper is going to be option A. Option A, it is more economical. Okay, right, let's go to question. Okay, let's go to 4.2. One of the JoJo tanks on his farm has a 5,000 liter capacity. The height of the tank is 220 centimeters. Note that 1,000 centimeter cubic equal to 1 liter. Calculate in centimeters the radius of the tank. You may use the following formula: volume is equals that. So the other thing that you have to consider here is that if you have the height of centimeter squared, you cannot use this volume to substitute here. So the first thing is to convert 5,000 meters into centimeter cubic. So we are given that 1,000 centimeter cubic is equals to 1 liter, and we are given 5,000 liters. So we don't know how much is 5,000 liters in in centimeter cubic. Therefore, we cross multiply that. That is going to be 1000 multiplied by 5000. That gives us 5 million. Okay, that means that the capacity of this tank is 5 million centimeter cubic. Okay, so now we are going to our formula. So on our formula now, they say let me write it here. Volume is equals to pi r squared multiplied by height. So we are looking for the radius squared, but we are not actually looking for radius squared, but we are looking for the radius. So at some point we are going to remove that squared there. Okay, so let's go and substitute. Our volume is 5 million, which is equals to our pi 3,142 multiplied by radius squared multiplied by 220, given 220 centimeters. So this is centimeter cubic. So we're gonna have 3,142 multiplied by 220 multiplied by 220, that is 600. And so you're gonna have 5 million 5 million centimeter cubic is equals to 691,24 meter radius squared. So now we are looking for this. So we are going to divide both sides by 691,24 meters. We divide here by 69124 meters. 5 million divided by 691,24. That gives me 7,233,377,698 meter squared. Our meters, remember here they were, centimeters here, man. These are the centimeters. So I'm writing the meters now. What is changing? These are the centimeters. So because on top there it was centimeters cubic divided by centimeter. Now how is it becoming that? Remember, this is centimeter multiplied by centimeter multiplied by centimeter. 1 2 3, then divide by centimeter. So this centimeter will cancel 1 centimeter, and we are left with centimeter multiplied by centimeter, which gives us centimeter squared, which is equals to radius squared. Okay, so now if we're going to remove this radius, this squared, we must remove it. Okay, so when we remove this, we must square everything here. Okay, or remember, this square here is only affecting the centimeter here. It is not affecting this number. So what we are going to do is that I will show you two options on removing this square. We can either say we square this r squared, we put a square root there, and then we're gonna put this 7,233,377,698 centimeters squared inside here. So it's gonna be the square root of that is 85. Did they tell us about the rounding off? No, but we can round it off to 0.5 meters is equals to radius. So if you don't want to remove the square, the square by that, you can do this. Remember, this is 377698 is equals to radius squared. So with the rules of mathematics, if you want to remove this, remember that any number is divided by 1. So this is basically r to the power 2 over 1. So if we want to remove these two, we can multiply this 2 over 1 by its inverse. Its inverse is 1 over 2. So this 2 will cancel this 2, this 1 will cancel this 1. So we'll remain with what? With 1. So what are we going to do? We will then say, because now we are only touching the exponents. So the exponent here, remember, is 1. Any numbers to the power 1. So you're going to say this side we divide by, we multiply by 1 over 2. Even this one we're going to multiply by 1 over 2. So that is going to be 7,233,377,698 to the power 1 over 2. That gives us 85,05 meters, which is equals to R. Okay, that brings us to the end of our today's lesson. So guys, like I said, if you have watched this video this far, thank you for watching it. This is going to benefit you in the future. Okay, so make sure that you stick to this channel. Anything for Miss Lead, if you have anything to say, make sure that you click on the comments and then tell me which question paper you would like me to do next. Okay, but for now, I wish you luck on all your examinations that you're still going to write.